Power to the people, I'm back for a reason. If you clicked on this video, I meet you with greetings. Another episode of Paul My Back Podcast. It's me, your host, Sebastian West. Follow me on Instagram at _Sebastian West, where you can check out my artwork in all of its splendor. Now, if you don't like what I'm kicking, like when I'm spitting, just know when you tune to this, the cloth is different. If this is your first time clicking on this movie review channel, I'm just a bozo with the camera who likes to give his objective perspective, sometimes biased and non-biased opinion about movies that I like to check out and speak about them in front of a camera. That's who I am. Alrighty. As of late, oh, by the way, my ensemble, no, I do not care about the Golden State Warriors. I can care less if they win or lose the championship. I prefer playing basketball opposed to watching basketball. It's just me. Alright, went on a slight tangent, but let's get right into a movie review. This is why you came here. I checked out Citizen Gangster, starring Scott Speedman and Jessica Riley. I think that's her name. Pardon self, I want to be clear. Kelly Riley. Now, Scott Speedman is known for The Underworld, and Kelly Riley is best known to me for being in the film Flight with Denzel Washington. That's where I've seen her. I'm not too familiar with some of her past or present work. I just know her from Flight. That's it. Speedman, same thing. Just know him from Underworld. That's it. Alright. Citizen Gangster, heist film, crime, thriller, which I am more inclined to check out. I like these. So this is matter of fact, this is my first Canadian film I've ever watched, meaning filmed in Canada. And about a Canadian bank robber that was famous, robbing banks. And I think after World War II, he was in World War II, came home, couldn't get a job, needed to find a way to get instant meat. So lo and behold, my man went straight to heist. That's what he resorted to, was thinking of banks. So it follows Speedman character, who is known as this is Eddie Boyd. Pardon self. Eddie Boyd is who this film is about. Now, I don't know how loosely it was based or how accurate it was. Nevertheless, when I saw the title and read the brief synopsis, I was compelled to watch it. So it follows Eddie Boyd, just came from the war. Back then it was tough to find a job. They wasn't really looking out for people like that. I guess after you serve, war or whatnot, they just throw you to the wolves and like, you got to fend for yourself, fam. Salute, did all that, killing people, but nevertheless, listen, you got to do the job. All right, Duke. So yes, at first he was telling his wife, he wanted to be an actor and sort of plays. Then he had this big role, and homeboy, I guess it was like an addiction. Once he got away with it, he just kept on doing it, right? So at first it was jitters. He wasn't as sharp. He got efficient at it and proficient at it. Felt untouchable, per se. His wife found out about it, wasn't too thrilled. His dad found out about it, wasn't too thrilled. His dad was a former cop. He retired. And he didn't have too much high hopes for his son. I guess he just had some sort of intuition that his son wasn't going to amount to anything. So yes, first time he gets caught, he meets these gentlemen in prison. Now they did the same thing. They had a crew. So he went for this is wild. This is bugged out. He went there to sit down. He ended up meeting them. They end up escaping the prison and doing it again. They used my man leg got shot off from the war. So all these were war veterans that he met behind bars. They just happened to meet each other behind the cells. So yes, they were war veterans and they were bank robbers. So they, just like him, came home, doing his thing. Next confinds me, what better way to go get the loot was to rob a bank. So this is what they're doing. Now they have a crew of them. they really don't have direction. Then they want to stop, they want to get money, they all have this grandiose idea of, hey, we're going to do this and then stop, but it never works that way, does it? Once you get away, we just want to keep going, right? Okay, that's what they were doing. So it was like the Eddie Boyd gang. One of them felt a little slighted, and he was kind of envious of Eddie because Eddie was getting all the attention. It went from the gang to Eddie Boyd's gang. He was like a local celebrity, meaning the women found this fascination with him. For some reason, I don't know. It's like guys coming in robbing banks, you know. He's on a run. These two bozos, one of the two bozos that found out that this cop was on their tail, a famous cop in Canada who was notorious for, you know, nabbing criminals, were on their tail. This chick, of course, this chick was tight because one of the members just used her, basically. She said she used her, she was used for some sort of bed comfort while he settled down, you know, with his wife, had a kid, and he just used her for the time being. So she went to the cop. Did she snitch on them? Yes and no. Yes, she snitched on them regarding, well, no. She kind of did the silent snitching. So she told one of the members that the cop tortured her and burnt her with cigarette burns and all this thing. And what did he do? You guessed it. He went to the cop and smoked them like a pack of cools. So now they have a bank. Not only were they bank robbers, now they're murderers. Well, two of them were murderers. But now it's the Eddie Boyd and the gang being, you know, sought after for murder. They get caught. They get out of there. It's crazy. They get out of there. They end up running to some farm. They were supposed to get a car and go across the border. That didn't work. They end up getting nabbed. The two guys that smoked the cop, they get lynched. And Eddie gets, I think, 14 years. He gets 14 years. His kids were all grown up. They want nothing to do with him. He tried it again with his wife, played by Kelly Reed, and she didn't want no parts of it. She had moved on, and it was just a bad look. But Eddie earned this bad look. He caught this L. He caught this L. He just went out sad, yo. And then, you know, he became rehabilitated from what it seemed. He went to a bank, and instead of making a deposit with the steal, he actually had a bank slip to make a deposit. That's how the movie went off. Citizen Gangster gets 7 out of 10 of Sebastian artwork. 7 out of 10. Good heist film. First Canadian film I've watched. I was pleased. I was pleased by his acting. Scott Speedman did a heck of a job. So if you had the chance, go check out Citizen Gangster. Strong language, a little strong language. Violent, not too much violence, but it has some strong language. So be mindful of that if you're watching this movie. It has some strong language. Now, the next film I'll review is Hustle. I thoroughly enjoyed that film. I don't see too many people talking about it. I will be the one to talk about it because it's kind of relatable to me. At least I can kind of relate to, you know, yeah, it's a basketball movie. Anywho, listen, remember, big shot's number the little shot that kept shooting. Slow run is better than no run. If you don't like my reviews, cut me some slack, and if that ain't good enough, pardon my back. In the meantime, hold it down. Thank you for tuning in to Pardon My Back podcast. Each and every one of you. Salute.